subscribe. Tariq Radio. Like and subscribe.
All right, we're in the building. It's Tariq in the building. I'm in the building. What it do? What's up? What's up? I'm in the building. I'm here. What's going on with y'all, man? Pop on through. Ladies and gentlemen, we are in the house. We're in the building. Glad to have everybody tuning in on that late night tap in, making it do what it do. Glad to have y'all in here, ladies and gentlemen. A lot of things we're going to touch on tonight, my good friends. Shout out to everybody here, particularly the Foundational Black American Lineage. Shout out to you. Shout out to some of our non-FBA allies out there. Shout out to some of the African and Caribbean brothers and sisters who are riders. And shout out to some of the others out there who are riders, for riders only. Oh man, as we do, before we get started, let me do some verbal libations. Let me shout out to some of the regulars that's in here real quick before we get started. Let's do Melanin Michelle in the building. We got I see a lot of new faces. That's good. We got Sweets, Maroc, Little Old Me, Aunt CEO, Tia, Melanie. What's up, Miss Melanie? We got the Black Receipt in the building, Remy in the building, Arian, Trinity, Ellis, Chris, Solon, Wayne, Ernez, Hoodoo, Slick, the Tethernator, East Sider, Jonathan Capone. Shout out to everybody in there. First, them news in the building. We in here. And everybody give us a retweet. Boy, we a lot of folks in already. We got damn near 500 people in the first 20 seconds. Shit, that's good. So that means we're going to be lit tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Juicy Genius, y'all give a shout out to Juicy Genius. Give a round of applause for the great sister Wani. Shout out to Wani. Always got to give a shout out to Wani. But family, let's get right into it, man. A lot of stuff going on. We got to get into the thing with Sexy Red. The King family had to speak out. Sexy Red put up a picture, some Photoshop AI picture of her in a club dancing with Dr. King. And that's kind of a thing this time of year. A lot of the ratchets do a lot of these degenerate Photoshop AI images with Dr. King doing ratchet nonsense. That's kind of a theme that's been happening for the last couple of years. This year, a lot of us been calling that stuff out. They've been putting club flyers together, having Rosa Parks twerking on Dr. King. Now, most of these promotional flyers and club flyers, most of these people who do it are a lot of non-FBA people who do this stuff. And they try to promote their little clubs and events. And this year in particular, man, the FBA family's been really on everybody's bumper about that, as they should. Y'all been on people's bumper about that. Y'all been getting these events shut down, getting these flyers taken down, making these venues apologize. And I'm telling you, man, when we get on code about the lineage, man, things start to happen. So now, because we have been so on code with the lineage and demanding respect, as we should. See, it starts with us demanding. See, we get respect when we demand it. We say, hey, that shit y'all doing is not going to fly. It's just not going to fly, because we can't do that to other groups. So now people see us standing on business, and the great sister Bernice King, Dr. King's daughter, she spoke out, and she spoke out about the Sexy Red thing. So she said, her tweet was, "This is intentionally distasteful, dishonoring, deplorable, and disrespectful to my family and my father, who was not here to respond himself because he was assassinated for working for your civil and human rights to end the war on poverty." Damn, that's cold. Boy, that's cold. I love that. She said she sent that to Sexy Red. She said, "Please delete." Let me read that one more time. That last part was a cold piece. This is intentional, distasteful, dishonoring, and deplorable disrespect to my family and my father, who is not here to respond himself because he was assassinated for working for your civil and human rights and to end the war on poverty. Mm. To end war and poverty. I'm sorry. That's cold. That's nasty work right there. Oh, goodness. So Sexy Red, she took it down. Hell, Sexy Red had to take that down and apologize. Sexy said, "Hey, you ain't wrong. Never meant to disrespect your family. My apologies. Just reposted something I saw that I thought was innocent." No. Oh, now listen. Why are people doing this old goofy ass shit? I'm glad we're checking folks. We're checking folks hard for doing this stuff. We should have been doing it a long time ago, but never late than never. Better late than never, I'm sorry. Better late than never. So why are people doing this type of stuff? Why are we seeing a lot of this stuff going on, especially with Dr. King? There's a couple of reasons why we're seeing a lot of this stuff. Mainly, like I said, most of the people you see doing this are a lot of non-FBA people. So there's a cultural disconnect. That's one of the main reasons why you'll see a lot of African and Caribbeans doing this for their clubs and promoting their venues because they don't have the same cultural reverence for Dr. King as foundational Black Americans, even though it was Dr. King and other people like him who were responsible for helping them get over here. Now, some of them are doing it for the sake of being disrespectful. They know that it's disrespectful to us. They understand that Dr. King is a cultural icon to us and he's very beloved in the foundational Black American lineage. So this is their little backhanded way to throw a shot at us. You understand? So some of them are doing it for the sole purpose of being disrespectful to us. They're just using Dr. King as a proxy. You see, just like when Nicki Minaj, again, who's Trinidadian, she's said little slick stuff. She's done some slick stuff with Malcolm. She had like a picture of Malcolm and on her one of her singles called "Looking Ass Nigga" or something like that, deliberately being disrespectful. And then she had a line in one of her songs about Rosa Parks. Yeah, act like Rosa Parks saying "Get your ass up." And folks said, "Hey, Nikki, that ain't cool." But yeah, I'm gonna say it anyway. See that whole thing where we're telling folks what's not cool, and they're saying they're gonna say it anyway. Those days are over. Fat Joe learned the hard way with that. We told him, "Hey, but all that N-word stuff, that ain't cutting it. Hey, I'm black when I want to be. I say N-word every time I feel like it. I do what I want. Y'all FBA niggas is broke anyway." All right, now how's that working out for you, Fat Joe? How's the BET gigs working out? Yeah, how's that working out now? See, people thought we were bullshitting out here, family. That's why people are having hissy fits. They understand us getting culturally on code. Oh, things are different now. Remember, hey family, let's remember when all of the tethers were telling us, "You niggas are powerless. You niggas don't have the power to get me deported." Have y'all seen what's been going around the country today? Have y'all seen what's been happening? They've been rounding people up today. Do y'all know that? Oh, they've been going around scooping people up all day, all over the country. Yeah, yeah. You don't see all of that sassy tether vitriol today like you've been hearing, do you? You don't see all that. Oh, they've been rounding folks up in certain places. You dig? That's why they keep trying to scare us. Hey, well, hey, Black Americans, y'all FBAs, y'all gonna be next. Next for what? Next for what? Where we going? What are they gonna take me to Alabama? Where am I going? Where they gonna take us? This our shit, homie. No, that's a you problem over there. You see? So people thought fat meat was greasy. They thought we were never going to get on code, that we were going to be culturally ignorant and just go along with the program. No, no, no. We got hella on code based on our lineage. Delineation was the best thing we could have ever done as foundational Black Americans, because now the straightening has begun. Yeah? That's why people have such a problem with us being on code with ourselves, because some straightening is happening. So all of the disrespect, that shit is going to stop. And going back to the whole Dr. King thing, why they particularly use Dr. King in these ratchet depictions all the time. One of the main reasons a lot of people do this nonsense, it's like shock value marketing. They know if they put a picture up there depicting Dr. King in a ratchet way, they know that a lot of us, it's going to generate attention. We're going to talk about it online. And basically, it's a form of cheap and effective marketing to promote their event. So they are low key trolling, and they know we're going to talk about it. So they're like, "Hey, long as they're talking, it's going to make our events lit." But now we've taken it to another level. It's like, okay, yeah, we're going to talk about it, and we're going to shut your goddamn event down. So yeah, all that whole thing where all publicity is good publicity. No, not this time. Now we're gonna make sure you ain't gonna have that damn event if you disrespect our icon. So it's a whole new day now. You see, if you disrespect, we're gonna make sure you're not gonna host that award show. If you disrespect us, we make sure your record is gonna flop. If you disrespect us, we're gonna make sure your films flop, Cynthia Revo. You see what I'm saying? So it's different now. That publicity, trolling us to get publicity, that ain't gonna work no more, because now we're shutting the shit down, because now we have become culturally organized to make moves and not just be angry online. You see, it's a new day. Now, some other reasons why they like to make these depictions of Dr. King, and we got to understand there's a new younger generation, and a lot of them might not understand the full importance of Dr. King. They see him as just another historic figure rather than a symbol of dignity, struggle, progress. So that might lead to just casual disrespect, because some people just don't know no damn better. Some, but I'm still, just like they say when you get pulled over, um, ignorance of the law is no excuse. Yeah, just because you're ignorant of certain um, things that Dr. King represents, that's no excuse for you to be disrespectful or to promote degeneracy. Now, then you have some people who have internalized stereotypes. There's some people who think, well, all Black cultures like them ratchet, so they see no issue with projecting ratchetness onto icons. That's the sexy red type, because their world is just ratchetness. They don't really know anything outside of ratchetness. So in their feeble little minds, everything is supposed to be ratchet. You know what I'm saying? Which is why we have to let them know that's not what it is. Outside of that hood you grew up in, everybody ain't on that bullshit. Yeah. And another thing is a lot of people on social media where they just normalize disrespect. Social media has become a hotbed for people to say and do little disrespectful shit, because the internet has a lot of cowards, people who can't really move and shake and operate on the streets. They can't really move and operate in the real world. So a lot of people just sit online doing disrespectful shit, um, as a way to project their awkwardness of not being sociable people. So they do the most disrespectful things they can do online because they're safe behind the internet. You know what I'm saying? They feel like I can't be touched. I can get on here and say all types of reckless shit. That's why you got so many keyboard killers and Twitter thugs, and yeah, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people stay on this internet talking all of that grease, knowing they ain't about to go out there in the grass like that, because they'll get touched up. So the internet is like a little safe place where they can be e-thugs. You understand? So they can say little disrespectful shit like, "Oh yeah, I disrespected Dr. King, I disrespected Malcolm X. So who gonna check me?" you ain't leaving the internet. You stuck in your mama's house in that room, so you ain't going nowhere. So yeah, of course you're gonna sit up here and talk greasy. You ain't going nowhere. Yeah, so nobody can really put hands on you. So that normalized disrespect thing is a real thing. That's the gift and the curse of the internet. And the most common reason why we see a lot of those images of them disrespecting some of those FBA icons, that's like an attempt of rebelliousness. You got a lot of people, especially online, who try to be rebellious for attention. Like, yeah, we're supposed to give reverence and props and praises to people like Dr. King, but I'm going to be different. I'm different. I ain't like everybody else. So I'm going to show a picture of him twerking. I'm different. I'm a rebel. But listen, that kind of rebelliousness, that ain't really rebelliousness. That's like twerking. Twerking was supposed to be a rebellious thing. Now everybody's doing it. You are just a follower now. You're not doing anything unique. You're not doing anything out of the norm. You part of the go along crowd. You're just doing shit that everybody else is doing. Everybody's trying to troll and be disrespectful for clicks and views. So you're being like everybody else. If you want to be a rebel with the cause. Like what we're doing here in these rooms here, having logical discussions and talking like we got sense, that's rebellious. That's rebellious because it's rebelliousness with a cause. Because most spaces that we see on the Clubhouse app and some of these other places, people are just talking crazy. Now, a few of us, we have great intellectual spaces, which is why our spaces are so lit. Notice a lot of the troll spaces where people are yelling, cursing, talking dumb, and don't nobody be in that shit. It's just too common. People don't really be in those joints like that. Yeah. That's way too common now. People just trolling and saying dumb shit for attention. Why do you think our spaces every night, right here, it's like in the middle of the damn night, 2, 3 in the morning, we got 3,000 people in the middle of the damn night. Yeah. Because this is rebelliousness. You can't get this too many other places. You're not getting this nowhere else. You're getting a different vibe. You're getting a different flavor. You're getting some real shit out here. You're getting something that's going to be beneficial, you see, instead of just goofball trolling, attention whoring entertainment, which ain't really entertaining at this point. Yeah. That's why a lot of them twerk videos ain't even entertaining no more. When you see these twerk videos, if you do, and I talked about this before with the whole cooking with Kaya thing. I like what she's doing because, yeah, you twerk, but you got to do something else. That's why she took off. She'll twerk for like 2 seconds and then she starts cooking something. That was smart. That's how you do it. That's why she took off. You see, the twerking has to be kind of an incidental thing. You just hiking your little old musty ass up, popping it with your air mattress on the floor and your dirty goddamn bathroom windows. Okay, that's whatever. All right, we don't. Struggle twerking is played out. Nobody wants to see struggle twerking no more. Yeah, twerk and make a milkshake or some shit. Twerk and go out there and plant some tomatoes. Be a twerking gardener. Do something different with the goddamn twerking. Do something different. Twerk and then do some taxes. Yeah, be the twerking tax auditor. Be creative with your shit. I'm sick of y'all. All y'all women, I don't want to see no goddamn big wheel on the ground. You twerking with a tricycle in the back. I don't want to see none of that Section 8 ass twerking. That shit is depressing. It's goddamn depressing. Be a twerking baker. Go in there and bake a cake or some shit. Bake a cake and twerk that ass. I watch that. And then send me some of that cake. But yeah, we got to mix it up out here in the game. We got to mix this thing up. But shout out to the FBA family, man. The FBA family, y'all, they're phenomenal people. I'm so glad everybody's getting on code. And don't be ashamed of getting on code, family, because people love to. I've been just people have been having hissy fits about us delineating just all. I see videos all day. People are sending me, especially a lot of Latinos. A lot of Latinos are really upset about Fat Joe. They're very upset about how Fat Joe is falling off. how the FBA family has just spanked Fat Joe into oblivion. So a lot of the Latinos are really upset. Hey, this is what is this shit? We're supposed to be together, man. Hip hop is all of our music. Leave Fat Joe alone. These FBAs, man, that's divisive. Man, we're supposed to be together. Well, shut up. Y'all ain't together in them islands y'all left. Y'all not together in them islands. Y'all been crapping on the black people there, and y'all want to come over here and do the same thing. And listen, I've been seeing so many people whining about us being divisive. Look, the only people whining about divisiveness are you, simply because we said we created a genre that you got from us. That's not divisive. Why are you crying about that? We're the Latinos in here. Why is that so hard for you to accept? That's just a reality. All we're saying is this is a genre that we created. We created as foundational Black Americans, we created all the elements. Why does that chap your ass so much? You guys are the ones having a hissy fit about it, crying, kicking, and screaming when you know it's the truth. So why are you having a hissy fit? That's not divisive. You're the one. Why do you feel like we're divided if we don't let you lie? Saying that you helped create hip hop. No, you didn't. You came along later and you did some great things later. You didn't create it. And just the thought of you admitting that you learned something from us, the fact that that's bothering y'all so much, that's very telling about your inherent FBA racism, your anti FBA racism. The same anti Black sentiments that y'all have on these islands. Let's be real. There was a tweet that I put up earlier tonight. You see, this is why we know when people ain't from the culture. We know when people are not from the culture because of little weird stuff that people be saying. This woman here, let me show you. If you go to my timeline, and several people responded to this woman. This lady put up a tweet. Her tweet was, hold on. Her name was V Murder. She said, y'all be hating, literally hating white people in a country that's 60% white people. You're better off creating allies with them, making money with them, especially if you're like minded. What is constantly talking about them actually doing for you? When everybody's like, hold on, where are you from? Saying some bullshit like that. Creating allies? What kind of bullshit advice? So when you hear that, you're like, wait, where's this person from? If it were that easy, we would have done that. It ain't that easy. We live in a system of anti-Black racism. So yeah, being allies with anti-Black racists, that don't really work like that. And then they control and dominate all areas of activity, and they affect our lives many times in a negative way. So we have to acknowledge that. But then you look up this woman's background, and she has a tweet. Her mother's Costa Rican and her dad is Cuban. This is what I'm saying. This is why we delineate, ladies and gentlemen, because we look at white supremacy different from these people. They look at white supremacy as like just some kind of misunderstanding. This is why those countries have failed and they got to bring their asses over here. I'm not being mean spirited. Yeah, they look at white supremacy as just it's just a little misunderstanding. But your country is going to hell based on racism and the racial hierarchy. Then they want to come over here and try to infuse that same confused mindset onto us, and we're not confused. We know how these people get down. We know what the deal is. So when people come around us trying to give us advice on how to deal with systematic racism, when you failed from where you came from by you trying to basically be an Anglo, because that's what their goal is. Their goal is to basically be a damn Anglo or be accepted as an honorary Anglo. And that don't work with us. So, we stand on FBA business, man. We got to keep doing what we doing and not let people try to infuse their failed mindsets onto us. And there's nothing wrong with that, family. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Let me get some people in here. Y'all ready to chop it up? Let's get this thing popping. Let's see what's on everybody's mind in here. We got a lot of people in here. Shit, we got 15, damn near 1,500 people in here in the first 30 minutes. All right, so it's one of them nights. Let's get Jonathan Whitfield in the building. Jonathan Whitfield, then Dr. Feeling Free, then the Griot, then East Side. We're gonna get a lot of folks in here. And let's see.
Hey, what's going on, Tariq Nasheed?
What's which one is that? Dr. Feelgood?
That's Dr. Feelings, man, the Black Jerry Springer.
My man, how you doing, brother? Go ahead, Doc.
I owe you guys a big apology, bro. I generated that photo using AI on Grog of Sexy Red. I got the proof and everything on my history. It was just supposed to be a joke because somebody did it with her and Malcolm X. So I was just trying to compete, troll and compete. And I did not know that picture was gonna go out of control like that.
Mm,
I apologize to the community. It was just a joke, bro. It was a joke we did a while back. I did not know it was gonna blow up like this, bro.
mm.
I'm so sorry. I am not a racist. I love my mom would kill me, bro, if she found out that I did this. I'm so sorry to the FBA community, to Martin Luther King's family, to Sexy Red. I did not know that I was gonna incite
And
such
Dr.
a
Phil,
controversy.
and where you from, Dr. Feeling? Where's your family from?
Haiti, but I live in France.
Oh, okay. Are you still living in France?
Yeah, yeah. I got deported from America.
And they sent you to France?
I was born in France
So how'd you get deported from America?
because I was living in America at the time.
And they
I
dep-
did 24 years in America. I live in Miami.
and they wouldn't deport you to no damn France.
I'm a French citizen. My mom was raised in France and she was 6 years old. My dad too. With the thing that happened in Haiti, my family got out of Haiti
What
with
part of France you live in?
right now I'm in Lyon.
Do you ever go down to Saint Tropez?
No, I haven't been to Saint Tropez. I've been to Deauville. I've been to Marseille, but I haven't really been all around France yet.
There you go, my man. So they're saying you're a super tether. Well, okay. They said you.
But yeah, they hate me. I'm a deportee.
Yeah, well, you are a super tether with a cape on. All right, man. But thank you so much, man. Thank you. All right, letting the tethers. That's tethers gonna tether. All right, Jonathan. What's up, Jonathan?
What's good with you, Tariq, man? What's going on with you?
I'm good, brother. Jonathan, you out there in Atlanta?
Yeah, man. We out here in Atlanta. There's a little snow going on, but we all right. We making it happen.
Good, good. I'm glad you guys are safe out there. I'm glad y'all safe, man. So, are you running for city council out there?
Well, that was actually a few years ago. I didn't win the seat, but we pushed to a runoff and all that. It was a lady who was in seat. She was in seat for like 20 years. wasn't really doing that for the community. Community I was living in, West End over there by the AUC, Morehouse, all that, the black colleges, that community, Bankhead, all that.
Okay, cool. So, what's on your mind tonight, brother?
Yeah, man, just want to speak real briefly about the Sexy Red situation, man. I'm glad she got checked,
Yeah,
because sometimes they get out of hand with these flyers and these memes. They just keep reposting it and just, denigrating our heroes and our leaders and stuff like that. And to get checked by the King family like that, they gotta sting a little bit because I know she never thought it was gonna come like that, you
yeah,
know.
yeah,
And and truth be told, Dr. Bernice King, out of all the King family, she more like her father than anybody. She got that spirit, and she can go. You know,
yeah.
she can go with the best of them. So I'm glad. I'm glad she got called out, and I'm glad like the FBA family is calling people out because we call everything else out. Might as well call this out, and just keep it like that and keep it pushing.
Absolutely, man. Thank you so much. Yeah, man. We gotta. Hey, man. I love it. Let's get some straightening and just make people put some respect on it. That's it. Got to make everybody put respect on it, even folks from the lineage. Again, we got to let folks from the lineage know, because you know better. You know what I'm saying? That you know better. That's some shit that, like the Doctor Feeling or whatever. The tellers be doing that type of shit. You know better. And I like what Bernice King said. Yeah, my dad would have been here, but yeah, he got shot trying to protect your goofy ass. That was a nasty piece right there. I love that. That was a nasty read right there. Love that. That's what we've been saying. Some of our icons, that's why I don't like no disrespect at all. I don't like any disrespect from anybody because the people from our lineage, man, they've got beaten and bruised trying to help all these people. Our folks had to march and scrape up money and um, fight this system. We're already fighting for ourselves. We're fighting for them too. And then for them to turn around and show any form of disrespect? No. No, no, no. That's not happening. Let's get the griot, the griot.
Yeah, what's up, Flex? You said right, degree app.
There you go, my brother. How are you?
All good, man. So, Tariq, you bring up a good point. I think that a lot of this vitriol, I think a lot of it stems back to our reparations claim, because I think in the age that we live in, when it comes to information, a lot of these people know that Dr. King goes deeper than just the "I have a dream" speech. And I think a lot of them know that he spoke about reparations and getting our check. And so you either have to be one of the three things to go against reparations. You either have to be a tether or a white
Yeah.
supremacist. And so that is going to draw out that vitriol towards anything that resembles the spirit of demanding our justice claim. And I'll land there.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much. Let's get Eastside in the building. Eastside.
Hey, what's going on, man? How you doing?
I'm good, East. How are you, brother?
Man, I'm good, man. That's right, man. Belts across all asses around here, man. Just like you said earlier, we gotta check ours just as well as we check others, man. And like you say, she know better. Also, if you notice, they never do that to any other icon.
Right.
If they ever, you don't see that about no, what I'm saying, Nelson or Willie Mandela. You don't see that about the Cesar Chavez's and Che Guevara's or even those who look up to Castro. You'll never see that for the Patrice Lumumbas. I can go on and on, but they need to keep that respect on our name.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. Yeah. Listen, if we went down to Miami and had a club with Toussaint Louverture or Dessalines with a stripper ass in their faces, the Haitians would rise up. They wouldn't like that at all, as they shouldn't like it. They shouldn't. You understand? They wouldn't like that. If you put up an image of Winnie Mandela busting it open and try to take it to a club in South Africa, they wouldn't like that. They wouldn't go for that at all. They just wouldn't go for that. Even hell, it don't even have to be a civil rights or an activist icon, even just some entertainer that's revered in the culture. Like hell, if you put up during Cinco de Mayo, you say we're going to have a Cinco de Mayo party, and you got a picture of Edward James Almost and had him smacking the ass of a stripper in a Photoshop image, they wouldn't like that. You understand? Nobody would like that. Nobody would go for that. And we shouldn't go for it either. And we're not going to go for that. It's a brand new day. C. Capone, what's happening?
Oh, nothing, my brother Tariq, man. Appreciate the work you do, my brother. Keeping the code alive. You are one of the untouchables out here in these streets. Just wanted to keep that up first and foremost. And as far as the sexy red thing, we had spoke about this earlier in the space with me and Sister Wani and Professor. Yeah, we pulling rank, doing some straightening,
Oh,
just like the Jews would do. This the FBA defamation league check.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's time for everybody to get their wake up call. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of shit done been getting out of hand with these tethers, and and they don't want us to get our reparations because they don't like
Yeah. Yeah.
to get our reparations, and it's just like, well, that's gonna happen regardless because this is a lineage thing. So you can get on board or get your ass up out of here because Trump is in office. And where's your papers? You got your papers?
Yeah.
Get out of here with all that bullshit. To come and find out he was a Haitian. You know what I'm saying? Like these people, getting a rude awakening.
Oh, yeah.
And just the other day, because I live down the street from a Home Depot, man, that shit is cleared the out. We got parking in that now. Ain't nobody running up on us asking us for help and none of that shit. So I'm like, good, goddamn, thank the Lord Trump is around this. Because, Alejandro and all his partners was having Home Depots on lock.
Oh,
You couldn't get a bus stop pass sitting around these but but I'm glad, things is working out. And then what else I had on my mind tonight, man? Yeah, you just doing your thing, brother.
Okay.
And I'm glad FBA.
Thank you so much. Let me get this other call. Let me get Philip. Philip, hop on in.
Yeah, what's up, big guy?
Hey, how you doing, Phil?
Not bad, not bad.
So what's on your mind, Phil?
No, I just wanted to say that I really think we're about to see massive changes with the dump of the RFK and JFK files. I think Deep State's about to be exposed to a level that it will tear apart everything and reset the government, and that's what I want to see.
That's right. They're about to release those MLK files, those JFK files, and everything, right?
Oh yeah, that it all ties together with the deep state, and even Fauci is not going to be coming out unharmed. I mean, he's in Australia now, and I think he got asylum there because he's going to be wanted on an international level when everything's said and done.
Mm. Mm. That you brought up some real good stuff. Thank you, Phil. That's another thing. Speaking of Dr. King, Trump is about to release all of these files that they've classified. So he's about to declassify and release these files from the 1960s. So that's going to be very interesting to see what's in these files. And yeah, that whole deep state thing, that's why, I'm thinking that's why they were trying to take Trump out because Trump was about to expose a whole bunch of stuff. And that's going to be very interesting. Again, why did they give Fauci a preemptive pardon? So they must have known something is going to come up. So they're already protecting him. So it's some real funny stuff. It was some funny style stuff going on with the last regime, man. A lot of funny style stuff. Juicy, what's up, beloved? Hop in, dear.
Peace and power to you, King Tariq. Shout out to the family in the space. Thank you again for hosting your space nightly. I really enjoy these. And most of the time, I'm just listening, but I had to chime in regards to our honorable MLK. I'm really happy that his daughter chimed in because she really spoke on the representation of FBA women. You know, she is an elder, and sometimes they just have to be checked. The younger generation of Black women who do not have an attachment to our heritage and our history the way that they should, that they conduct themselves in a respectful way when they mention or acknowledge MLK. You could have used MLK as a moment to attract people to your page and your content and to you as an artist. You could have came up with some music honoring him, but you can't just denigrate him or be associated with denigration and disrespect, especially when his family and his heirs are still alive,
Yes.
looking forward to these documents coming out, right? They need
Yes.
some closure. They need some information, right?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. And last thing I wanted to talk about was in regards to the birthright citizenship and the 14th Amendment. A lot of melanated immigrants want to, I posted in the Purple Pill actually, they're trying to attach Black Americans. It's like, well, if you don't think that this is going to impact you, you a fool and da 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 da. Listen, never in the history of time have we had a light shined on our specific people group here in the United States as FBA in regards to legislation and the Constitution. The 14th Amendment was for the descendants and formerly enslaved. And so that is an opportunity for us to highlight that and say, no, this law is for us. It was not for you guys, and it's been abused. Thanks so much.
Thank you, beloved. Absolutely. Yeah, man. People are having a hissy fit over that birthright citizenship thing. They're having a hissy fit over it. Yes, they are. And speaking of that, Juicy brought up something very important. It's very important that this younger generation of young women and girls get to see iconic Black women historically. That's why in the new Hidden Color 6, one of the segments I want to do um, is about unsung Black women who were iconic, who were justice warriors. I want to do a segment on that and tie that in with the Dr. Welsing piece because y'all know I wanted to do a whole documentary on Dr. Welsing, but what I'm going to do, we're going to put a section in the new Hidden Colors about iconic Black women who are unsung, and she's going to be included in that. You understand? That's going to be very important. We need to talk about the Ella Bakers and Ida B. Wells. We know about her. And oh man, the Biddy Masons and just so many. just a lot of foundational Black American women who are putting in work. And Dr. Welsing, just a major icon. Also, Shahrazad Ali. I want to go. People forget how iconic Shahrazad Ali is. Shahrazad Ali, that's one of my idols. So we need to let the new generation of women and young girls see Black women who are riders. They don't see that. And we need brothers too. We need to, we talk about Dr. King, Malcolm X, and all that, but we don't really show the sisters that were putting in work, some of the sisters who are riders. That's something that the young ladies need to see. That's very, very important. Let's get Carla.
Hi, Tariq. I was my question is, I know that you said that you were gonna have a event sometime in February for Black History Month,
Yeah.
but I was wondering if it was possible to maybe tie in a fundraiser for the Black community in the Altadena area. I know that there's a lot of elders that have lost everything, and it's very devastating because, them being elders, it's very hard for them to rebuild. And I don't know what their family situation is like either. And so maybe we can do something to help them as a community.
Yeah, I gotta look into that. I gotta see what we're gonna do with the museum in February, and it's already about to be February now. So that's something, yeah, I'm gonna have to look into that because I do want to do something for the community out there because yeah, they were hit hard. So I would definitely like to do something for them. Let's get Jonathan in the building. Mr. Jonathan, where you at, brother?
Tariq, what's going on, man? How you doing?
I'm good, John. How are you, brother?
Man, I can't complain, man. Two things. Number one, man, I just want to thank you for kicking off that delineation movement, man. You know, if living abroad has taught me like anything, is that like other black people from different countries, they do not think like us. They do not have the same like state of mind that we have,
Mm-hmm.
you know?
That's true.
And number two, man, you hit the nail on the head with your take about the depiction of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. You know, it is very disrespectful, and I mean that from like my soul. When people they disrespect and they depict like the Honorable Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. as being like some kind of hood figure, or like not properly putting the respect on his name that he deserves. So that's all I wanted to say, and I'll land my
My
plane.
man, I appreciate you. Thank you, brother. Let's get Miss Bree in the building. Miss Bree.
Hey, Tariq, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. How are you, Bree?
I'm fine. Have you read the new Trump's executive order, immigration order?
There's been so many. Which one are you talking about?
So the one he signed like recently, like yesterday. So it's saying that no immigrants can bear any hostile attitudes towards citizens, culture, government institutions, or founding principles. So all that disrespect, all that anti-black racism, he's putting an end to it, supposedly.
Oh, I got to see that part. Yeah, that sounds good. I like that. I like that a lot. So I'm gonna look into that one right there. So yeah, Trump is coming in, and he's coming in with um, guns blazing, so to speak. So yeah, he's shaking the table. He's shaking it up. The Abyss. What's up, the Abyss? The Abyss, hop on. All right. While we're waiting on the Abyss, I'm going to get my brother Afro Elite in the building. Brother Afro Elite, hop on in. Brother Afro.
It must have been a mute or something. Tariq, you hear me?
Yes, I got you. I hear you, brother.
Okay. Um, quick question. Have you seen there was a video of like, I don't know if this was at a strip club or some type of nightclub or something, where some woman was going around asking other strippers or dancers who would tip better, Malcolm X or Dr. King? And then she was making little jokes and stuff like that. Be like, Dr. King, he loved those hoes. Dr. King loved the hoes and stuff like that.
Was
I don't know if you've seen that.
that in Miami?
Yeah, I think it was. It was Diamonds is King of Diamonds or something like that. I think it was.
Yeah, I know they said KOD. Where my strip club connoisseurs? Is King of Diamonds in Miami? I'm not a strip club guy at all, so I don't know. But I've heard of King of Diamonds. Is that in Atlanta, all my people, my southern people? Is that in Atlanta or Miami? Because yeah, I saw that video and that was very disrespectful. And some of the
Yeah.
They had real tetherish vibes to them too.
That's what I thought too. I'm all like, yeah, this is not something that FBAs really get down with. First off, just a question in and of itself would be disrespectful. And I'm glad that Barnice King, I'm glad that she's doing this because I think, especially with Sexy Red being such a high profile person, I think that this sets the precedent of all of those little disrespectful Dr. King jokes and Dr. King love the hoes and Dr. King. I think that this will set the precedent that we're going to have to stop all that.
Absolutely, my man. I appreciate you, Afro. Let's get
It's in Miami.
They said, oh, King of Diamonds is in Miami.
Yeah.
Okay, there it is. Yeah, so yeah, those were mostly tethers then. They looked, it was a, you can kind of look. So yeah, that's what that was. What's going on with you, High Bye?
Yes, I was just wondering, do you notice that it seems like a lot of the disrespect that has entered into the black community kind of disseminates from like the streets a little bit?
And yeah, in some cases, yeah.
Because I noticed, like, even when we were growing up in Florida, we used to try to keep like people coming down from up north, like with the Puerto Ricans calling us the N word, and people say, "Oh, don't be racist. They cool. They cool. They cool." But then it seemed as it went on, the disrespect grew and grew, and it always seemed like it was like cool because they was, oh, this the streets or whatever it is. But then it seems like a lot of, like, it goes even further, like Sexy Red being like she's from the streets, and then she pushes that type of disrespect out there like that.
Yeah, but yeah, the streets are different now because now you got a bunch of folks who are not BA, so they allow a lot of weird stuff. And speaking of Sexy Red, her manager, I think they said he's a Haitian dude, from what I understand. So it's a lot of weird stuff going on out here. Richard, what's happening?
Yeah, hey, what's up, Tariq?
I'm good. How you doing, Rich?
I'm all right. I'm all right. I'm all
Rich,
right.
let's get your phone together, Rich. Can you take your kind of earphones in?
Yeah, can you hear me better now? You always say that when I get on your spaces. I don't know. I don't know why.
Yeah, it's still a little janky.
Really? I mean, does it sound like I'm muffling? Does it sound like
Sounds
I'm?
very muffled. You take the ear, you sound like you got an earpiece or a headpiece.
I have no earpiece. I do not have an earpiece on.
How is your phone this janky? It's
I mean, iPhone 7. It is kind. It is kind of old.
okay, brother. You really got to step that iPhone game. Yeah, your phone. It's just very hard to hear from you. You sound like you're on a walkie-talkie. You sound like a Fed.
Oh, really? That's funny. I said.
Yeah, yeah. So let's just do something with that phone, and I have you call back. It's just hard to talk to you, brother. Sound like you're in witness protection or some shit. Yeah, it's just not good. Okay, Abyss, are you in here, Abyss? All right, Abyss, I'm gonna give you one more chance, and then I'm gonna have to get you up out of here, brother. All right, got Abyss up out the building. Let's get Sue Onk in the building. Sue Onk in the building. All right, Sue Onk.
Yo, it's Suwak. I just want to say something about this the Sexy Red incident. Like, I feel like females like her just act out like that because they don't have no father figure to give them the right path, like tell them what's right from wrong. So they just go off with their mom saying. And like, I feel like a woman can't just teach you everything. Like, she needs like a man. Like, she needs a father figure, basically.
Mm-hmm. There it is, my man. All right, thank you, Sue. I appreciate you. Let's get Oliver. Let's get Oliver in here.
Yo, Tariq, how's it going, man?
What's going on? I ain't never met a nigga named Oliver. Where you from?
I'm from Canada, but my mom's from
Ireland?
Louisiana.
Oh, really? Your mom is from Louisiana?
Yeah,
Your dad is from where?
Canada,
Oh,
Vancouver.
Vancouver. But where is his family? Is his family Irish? Where's his family from?
No, it's Vancouver, basically.
But where did they immigrate from?
We were actually part of like the slaves that came here from the Underground Railway. So yeah, it's pretty interesting.
Really? Okay. And they named your ass Oliver?
Yeah, man, it's Canada, man. It's kind of like whitewashed.
Yeah. So who's white in the family? Somebody's white, and you hella light skin. Who's white?
No one, no, we're just we're black.
Okay. Okay. So what's on your mind?
So yeah.
Oliver?
I don't want to be like an Uncle Ruckus or an Uncle Tom. Like, I just have a problem. So your wife, you said she was FBA,
Yes.
but like her mom is white and her dad's Haitian from Haitian.
Not. Her dad is not Haitian.
Are you sure about that, Tariq?
Fuck you mean, am I sure? I'm married to her. Why wouldn't I be sure?
Well, from the data I collected online, it says he's from Haiti.
Well, you've been listening to trolls.
Oh my god. I just want to. I'm not trying to be like an uncle.
So that means you're lying about who you are. So the fact that if you're sitting here lying about me, then your ass is lying. You ain't from no Underground Railroad. You're a musty tether.
If I see like
So you're a lying, musty ass tether. That's why what you said about your lineage don't make no sense.
how
Yeah, nothing you said made sense. That's why it didn't make no sense. And then you start lying about my shit. Now, and I'm using you as a case study, Oliver. You are the people like you, Oliver. That's a reason why the delineation movement is such in full swing, because you non-FBA tethers are such liars and scammers. We want to get away from that. Everything out of your guys' mouth is lying and scams. And we're like, enough of that. We can't build nothing with cats like you. So you're one of the reasons why the delineation is in full swing right now. You understand that?
you're being disingenuous. All I said
No,
was I'm
no, no. You lied about who you are. Then you're going to try to lie on me and then lie on my wife. Like I don't lay up with this woman every damn night. My wife ain't Haitian. And you start repeating lies from trolls. So you are a lying, failed tether. Right?
you're doing. Listen, all I said was,
Oh,
hey, I saw information online that said your mom, your
you're mush mouth, and we've already established that you're a liar. So I'm going to let you go. All right. Let's get some more people in here. Family, this is why delineation is beautiful. We should have been getting away from these lying ass scamming tethers a long time ago. The fact that we started to delineate, look how much progress we've been making just by getting the bullshit away from us. You understand? That's what I figured. I figured that out a while back. In the 1960s, we would get a lot of shit done. Then after the 60s, everybody got confused like, damn, why can't we get shit done like we did in the 60s? Why can't we get them boycotts going? Why can't we get shit? Everybody in the black community was organized in the 60s. And for some reason, we haven't been able to replicate that. And everybody was confused as to why. People coming up with different theories. The problem was tethers among us. Because what happened in the 60s required codification, everybody getting on code. Now we got so many off code tethers and lying, scamming degenerates like that man who just called among us. We can't get on code with these goofballs. That's why we for the longest haven't been able to get nothing done. In the 1960s, the bus boycott of Montgomery, that was some gangster shit because all of the black people got on code in that city, all of them, and said, none of us are going to ride this bus. We're going to correspond with each other. We're going to carpool. We're going to take black cabs. We'll walk to goddamn work if we need to, but your bus. We shut that city down. The whole, not just the bus companies, but so many other industries that relied on the bus companies were getting shut down. Some of the gas stations were getting shut down. A lot of the other industries, some of the cab companies, the white cab companies were getting shut down. You know, there was a ripple effect. We caused an economic stranglehold on the city. We stopped some of the money from flowing like it needed to flow because the city needed those bus fares. Yeah. Because those bus fares would pay for other things within the city. So there was a ripple effect that us getting on code caused. We said, no, 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 y'all gonna get some act right before we get back on them damn buses. We're gonna get some laws changed in this bitch before we get back on them buses. And that took us getting on code and everybody looking out for one another. See, we've been having a problem doing that now because we got too many lying, scamming Sambo tethers around us, and that we're getting them out the paint. Now we're starting to make progress again. Notice that? Now that we start to ask questions about people and ask where they're from, where's your family from, and if the answers sound weird, we're going to put them in the goofy corner until we get proper verification. Just like this guy who called up, his answers sounded real weird. He tried to say his people came up there on the Underground Railroad. Something, no, no. First of all, black folks, we don't name nobody no Oliver. All right? There ain't nobody in your family foundation. Don't naming you no damn Oliver. I never met a nigga named Oliver. Nowhere. You see, that right there let me know something was wrong. And y'all ain't never met no nigga named Oliver either. The closest thing would be like Ollie. That name a nigga Ollie. I know a bunch of old niggas named Ollie. Wasn't one of the Temptations named Ollie? They'll name a nigga Ollie, but not Oliver. Like, nigga, who? Oliver? Where are you from? I ain't never met no nigga named Oliver. No FBA nigga, no. Come on now. I know my people. I know my folks now. All right. Let's get some more people in here. Let's get Shauna in the building. Miss Shauna in the building. Hop on in here. Shauna, hop on in. Shauna. You want to unmute your microphone, Shauna? All right, Shauna ain't saying nothing, so Shauna must be in there cooking an empanada or something. Let me get some more people in here. Let me get Brother Robbie in here. Brother Rob, hop on in, sir. Robbie in the building. Brother Robbie Blue in the building. Hop on. Yes, sir. How are you, Rob?
Man, you know, the interesting thing, it seems like historically, and that's why delineation is so important, that there's people who will choose validation from the white supremacists to play it safe over freedom. I mean, you'll think it's a no-brainer. And I think every time we get on code, it makes people fearful. And the more I think about it and the more I hear people speak, the melanated people seem like they're speaking from fear. The honorary white supremacists who are only, white in terms of them getting a license to, to practice anti-black racism, they're fearful. We're the only people who get on code. And maybe you could elaborate on this because Dr. Claude Anderson said every time we were about to have a successful slave rebellion, there was always one Negro who got off code
Yeah.
like Special Gabriel Prosser. So I feel like the white supremacists know what they're doing. They're like, take the easy way out. If you in other words, choose a self-serving butter biscuit over freedom.
Mm,
You would think people would choose freedom, but maybe some folks are scared of freedom. And I land my plane.
there you go. And you make a real good point. They had that meritorious manumission. They would incentivize black folks to turn on each other. They say, hey, look, Negro, you can be a kept Negro if you tell. All you got to do is tell on the other ones, and we got you. Yeah. So a lot of folks get incentivized by that. And what they do now, they put charges on black folks. They'll criminalize you, and they'll say, hey, if you want to get out of jail, you need to play ball.
You've heard the buzz. You've seen the media stories. Now experience the truth for yourself. Microphone Check, the critically acclaimed documentary uncovering the true origins of hip-hop. Available now on Blu-ray and streaming on Amazon Prime. Visit microphonecheck.com to learn more and get your copy today. Microphone Check, the story hip-hop was waiting for.